Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to be fighting the Unbeatable Loco. The Unbeatable Loco from the April Fool's 2010 quest, and I'm going to be using a strategy that doesn't involve bug abuse. You might notice this is a re-recording. I did it before, and unfortunately the audio was very poor, so I'm re-recording it. And I also figured out a new strategy I can use to beat him without bug abuse. And again, I'll explain everything as soon as we get into the fight. So here we go. First off, he's level 200, and his mechanics are basically that his goal is to charm you and then kill you with a fire nuke after he charms you. So his charm is energy. That's why we're going Malicious Devil Werepire and an energy shield. Um, Gonna be using Baby Egg for later, and we'll just get right into it. We also got our free barrier from Necro just to reduce his nuke a little bit. And here you go. So you can see he does huge damage even on 14 energy resist, but he doesn't do untankable damage. Now, what normally happens is if you get charmed, he switches to attacking with fire. I've done the research. There are fire energy compression armors. This is one of them. But in terms of fire energy compression shields and defensive miscs, there's not enough to tank his damage for all those turns that you'll be charmed, because he charms you until he runs out of mana, which is about 9 turns. So what I'm instead going to do is I'm going to use Space Gauntlet, give myself a little Ellie Shield, Essence Orb, back up, Twilly is healing, and then I'm going to use a Reductive Misc. And now, the reason that I can do this and avoid his charm is because of Werepire's Unstoppable. The first one is free, but after that it starts costing a lot of SP. So what we're going to do to mitigate that is just use a healing spell. That one it's kind of ass. Probably use healing seeds after this. But we use a healing spell and Essence Orb. Look, we get charmed, but then you saw the little pop up like you're dancing to my tune. We get charmed, Werepire cleanses us, and then we're ready to go again. So Essence Orb, so that we have enough SP for the cleanse, and I'm going to use healing seeds. Now, so this is how we're going to get through these sets. We're going to heal up, we're going to tank the charm, and then use the unstoppable. And he doesn't attack with fire unless you're charmed. So Loco checks, is player charmed? Player's not charmed, so he attacks with energy again. And that's why we're able to use the energy misc and not take any fire damage yet. So again, we're going to cast another healing seeds. Now, I did showcase a different strategy earlier, and again, I'm going to delete that YouTube video once I upload this because the audio quality was so bad. But that strategy used a bugged spell, Catnip Senses, and you see I have it in my inventory. I'm going to cast it once just to show you. So first, 26 SP. That is because I have the lowest level version. It doesn't have an out-leveling penalty. Sense of Freedom and Regeneration. Now, immobility resistance plus 20 and regeneration, whatever. But the reason that it's bugged is because if you cast it multiple times, the immobility resistance doesn't stack. Oh, whoops, clicked the wrong spell. The immobility resistance doesn't stack duration. It stacks an effect for those 2 turns. So look, I have 40 immobility resistance now for 2 turns. And that's the bug. Let's see, how's my healing seed doing? Okay, we're good. So that's why it's bugged. And that's why I wanted to find a kill that didn't use it, that wasn't bugged. But if you do want to use Catnip Senses, what you can do is you cast it 5 times every 2 turns, and then you automatically resist the charms. So look, now he is out of mana, so I think he's going to attack with fire, but he might have room for one more cast, and if he does, I want to make sure that I don't get godded by it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to equip Shield of Awe. I'm going to equip Rachmadihide Shield. Essence Orb up, and Guardian Colossal Shotcaller in case he does attack with the charm, because I'm not sure exactly how much mana it costs. But now we should be all set to get into the second phase of his fight. So now that he's out of mana, he's going to do a multi-hit fire attack. And so there it is, that's it. And I'll show you. I'm going to do a little bit of damage to him. Let's look at his HP, 13,857. So I'm going to attack him. I did like 100 damage. But now let's see what happens once he starts hitting me. So he instantly heals it back up with his lifesteal effect. So how we're going to mitigate that is first we're going to switch into a non-compression firearm. Well, this one's also compression, but has a slightly lower fire resist. And also I just like the way Time Twisted Karnak's Fighter looks. And then we're going to use a reductive fire misc. And so now I've got Baby Eggs damage reduction, Grakmahide Shields damage reduction, and 3 fire resist. So he should be doing 0 damage. Now the only thing I'm going to do is cast Healing Seeds up to full health. And then I should be all set to just slowly whittle him down. Look, 0 damage. So now when I do damage to him, he is not going to be able to lifesteal off me. And that is the method. Let's see. Healing Seed, 17 power. I'm going to cast it one more time. Oh, wrong misc. In Conan. There we go. And Healing Seeds. So that's the method. You have to first negate his charm. Then you have to, because if you don't negate his charm, he nukes you with a different element. Then you have to keep up SP to continue negating his charm. And then after you finally run him out of mana, you need to make sure you're taking 0 damage the whole fight. Because if you do take damage, he will heal up his HP very quickly. Yeah, and so I've got an auto hit guest. I'm using a rainbow attack weapon because all his resists are equal. So the rainbow damage bonus it gets like plus 20% damage. And that's not exactly how the math works out, but it does extra damage because it's a random element. And I'm also, so I'm using a random element weapon, and I'm using a ranged weapon because ranged weapons get about 130 damage multiplier. See, look, range damage modifier 129. After a long fight, damage goes up a lot. So that's why I'm doing this instead of like melee or something. And yeah, the only thing I'll do next is eventually, once I run out of SP from the ghost, I will heal up my SP with Essence Orb, and that will be the fight. If you're planning to do this kill yourself, you might be thinking of other ways to cleanse the charm. The other ways are the Morningstar set misc, but that actually only applies to paralyze and paralysis. Or not paralysis. Paralyze and the earth freeze. So like basically Medusa's abilities. So that won't help here because it's a charm. Destiny Axes and Rainbow also cleanse stunning effects, but the issue is that they only cleanse a stunning effect if its power level is within 20 of the weapon's power level. And since Loco is level 200, that's not the case. So Werepire's Unstoppable is the only way to get through the charm. You can also use Paladin Revive. That works too. But I think this is the best way. Werepire, you can pretty easily maintain the SP. And now that he's in his fire attack mode, all I have to do is have great defenses. And I'll take no damage, and I'll slowly whittle him down. So yeah, that's it. I'm going to slowly kill him now. I'm going to turn off the voiceover and put in some music. And I will see you guys at the end of the video. Peace. So here we are at the end of the kill. You might have noticed I turned off Baby Egg. I got rid of the damage reduction. That was because I wanted to see how much he would heal from one attack. I don't know if you were paying attention, but he healed like 3k from, or 2k from like one set of attacks on 3 fire resist with no damage reduction. So the damage reduction is obviously important, otherwise he'll just heal off everything. So yeah, that's the kill. You can do a couple other things. You can do Paladin Revive, you can do Geocastellum stacking. You can probably do Kindred Auto Hit with Celerity, with a neutral weapon. if you can figure out how to do that, or Kindred, something with spell boosting, neutral damage, because neutral damage works on him. It does 100% damage instead of 25. Um, but yeah, that's the kill, and that's the method. If you find another way to do it, I'd be happy. Like I love like ingenuity in AQ. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know how the audio is. Hopefully it's a lot better this time. And thanks very much for watching. Have a great day. I will see you all in the next one. Peace.